In this episode, we're talking about how a personal branding session is different than a headshot. A lot of people assume that they're the same thing. You hire a photographer, you get a few professional photos, you update your profile pictures, you update your website, and you feel like you've invested in your personal brand. But nothing changes in your business. Months go by and still you're not attracting better opportunities. You're not attracting leads. You're not standing out. You're not becoming known as the authority in your space. So what went wrong? Was it the photographer? Was it your photos or your website? Or are there other parts to personal branding that most people miss? Well, in this episode, we're going to discuss why some experts have spent thousands of dollars on branding assets and yet they remain virtually invisible, while others become the obvious authority in their entire category. You're going to learn the 3 critical parts of personal branding, and you're going to have clarity on creating a personal brand that works in growing your business and in bringing you referral quality leads and clients. Let's dive right in. Okay, so there are 3 sides to personal branding. There's how you look, there's your messaging, and then what categories you own, or we can call that third one also your positioning. The headshot is a part of that first piece. It's a part of how you look. So one of the 3 parts of personal branding, you do need a good headshot, or you need good photography, right? You need a good website, you need a good logo, you need a good style guide or brand guide. So that headshot is just one piece of one of the 3 parts of personal branding. The second part of personal branding is your messaging. This part is also critical. You need to have real clarity on who you help. Who are they? Who you help, and put that into a few words. And what is the problem that you solve or the solution that you provide? That's your messaging. That's what people need to hear all over the place. Like new prospects that have never heard of you before, that are meeting you for the first time. Is your messaging clear? Do they know who you help and what problem you solve? When you go to your website, is that messaging clear? What about your social profiles? What about the emails that you send out? What about the videos that you create? Is your messaging uniform, and is it very, very clear on those things? Another way that I could sum up messaging that I really like is to talk about transformation that people experience. So if people start at point A and you take them to point B, right? So there's a before and after. What's the transformation that they experienced? So you could use words to describe that transformation in your messaging. Now, there is a part of your messaging that you want to leave out, and that's your system, right? How you do that, that's the problem. That's the trap that I fell into, and a lot of people also fall into, is instead of talking about the problem that we overcome or that solution that we provide or that transformation that we create, we talk about the steps to get there. We talk about our system or what makes us unique, right? And that's not what people want. They don't want the system. They don't want the steps. They don't want what's unique about what we do. They want that outcome. They want that solution, right? So actually your messaging should exclude the system. Now, as somebody finds you and they hear all this messaging and they think that they might be a fit because they want that outcome, they might have some questions about your system, and obviously answer those questions, but keep taking it back to that outcome that your system is going to deliver. Okay, so now let's talk about that third part of personal branding, and that's actually owning your category. Well, do you want to see what owning your category looks like? Take a look at this. We go to YouTube, and at the top, we type in a question, and notice this guy. He is ranking at the top. But what if we type in this question? Okay, Jason's ranking at the top again. Or we type in this question. Jason's the second video here. I call the top 3 videos. So there he is ranking at the top. What about this question? Oh, there's Jason again. Here's another one. Okay, Jason again. I'm going to go through these a lot faster. Just tons and tons of questions, and you find Jason ranking at the top of all of them. So there's one example of what it looks like to own a category. Would you like to see another example? All right, now here's a different question, and right below the shorts we see Reagan Archibald talking about peptides and men's health. Okay, what about this question? Oh, there's Reagan right at the top. What about this question? Oh, there's Reagan again. So question after question, we see Reagan ranking at the top. Now, for Jason Schroeder in the construction world or Reagan Archibald in the men's health and peptides world, I could show you hundreds and hundreds of examples because they own their category. All right, so now that you know what owning your category means and you know the difference between a headshot and a personal brand, because there's 3 different areas of personal branding, the question I have for you is, what are you actually building? Because having a strong personal brand is extremely valuable. You can become the go-to authority in your industry, and that is something amazing, but you have to take different steps. And how do experts become the person that everyone knows? How do they consistently show up when people are online searching for answers? How do they become the trusted authority that clients choose before ever scheduling an appointment? And what is thought leadership about, right? So in the next episode, I'll link to it right there. It's called What is Thought Leadership? I'm going to show you what separates a thought leader from everyone else in their industry. And I'm going to show you how category ownership works, why some experts do it, how they can own their category while others just remain one of many options. So go watch that video. I'll see you there.